let's turn to some other pressing stuff. Rick Santorum
met his maker.
Has been fired.
I mean, oh wait, that's not right. That sounds like that's death, that's right? No. He's alive. I mixed it up.
Let me just say this, because Rick Santorum is going to complain that he got fired.
He got canceled. You should say canceled.
The idea that Rick Santorum got hired in the first place is if you wanted to talk about like what is white privilege mean in practice? Yeah. It means that like mediocre white guys can have opportunities that non-white guys can't get. Like
it's maintaining the cultural space gerrymander, basically.
Yeah, exactly. And
I love that.
Just the fact that Rick Santorum was anywhere for as long as he has been in the public eye on this network, in and of itself, should almost be criminalized, but it's not.
I mean, okay.
Wait, let's play this.
Senator, though. He's not a random guy. He's a former senator.
Let's play this clip.
Sick of it, to be honest.
No, I couldn't agree with you more, Sean. I've, in many, many cases, throughout my entire career, people have been called to be fired for saying this and fired for saying this. And I've always defended their right and say, look, people have a right to their opinion. And by the way, CNN has a right to fire me. If they don't like what I'm saying or what I'm doing, they have a right to fire me. I have no animus at all towards CNN. Like I said, I appreciate the opportunity they gave me. But I think it does show that the left is intolerant. They're worried, I'm sure, that their viewership, which is obviously very left, they were going to pay a price. And the intolerance of the left is really the issue here, and the cancel culture that is flowing from it. And I hear from a lot of liberals, in fact, many CNN contributors who talked to me afterwards, who are very, very concerned about the cancel culture that's now hitting them at CNN.
Well, there's like Kayleigh McEnany, and then Jeff Lord's fired, and you're fired.
Yeah,
I'm sure McEnany. When was she fired? She's the CNN. She moved to the White House. What is he talking about?
Well, the point is not whether Jeffrey Lord and Rick Santorum were fired because of cancel culture, and then everybody else who gets fired it's not cancel culture. It's just like, well, that's just the rules. Look, bottom line is like this crybaby stuff. It's just ridiculous. I would fire everybody associated with all of these jobs, frankly. Rick Santorum's an idiot. I get he's a former senator. He's still an idiot. He's still a current idiot.
But Jeff Lord, was not somebody who should have had that spot. And they had him on every single segment, and he was nauseating in his rating. Like, if you're going to play the game of ratings, some of these people don't even rate well. You can get it down to the millisecond. So it was a political strategy. Like, that's what it was. Put him on to represent the stupid right wing next to Ana Navarro, who's like the funny right wing.
Look, here's the point. The whole thing is just appealing to your audience. The idea that this is cancel culture when we don't have somebody on who our audience doesn't want to see. I mean, give me a break. It's as if like what's going on at CNN. He's not a reporter. He's just sitting there espousing a bad opinion, and he's just paid there like a paid monkey. They can find another person to espouse the same dumb opinions.
Well, I mean, he had that Hannity appearance, like locked and loaded, ready to go as soon as CNN pulled the trigger. Man, I'm just consistent with my euphemisms today. But like, I mean, he really was, I think, ready to just make this case as soon as he knew he'd inevitably be gone from CNN. It really is a win-win for a guy like Santorum. He can have that cushy job, and then when he's eventually ousted because he's a racist, he can leverage that into some sort of, aggrievement posture on Fox News when no one cares about what Rick Santorum has to say on the right. He's not a relevant figure to them, but he used his media job to create another media opportunity, and on the cycle goes.
And he's probably going to resuscitate himself and run for something else and go on Fox News and build his base. Not news, but he'll probably get a contributorship to Fox News and run for, whatever. He'll figure it out or be a point. They don't go away. I love to let's just play the game of like how the right wing resuscitates itself when they're canceled for saying things that are way past the point of norm, and then how the left, like Mark Lamont Hill, or I'll even say myself, when I said no, I will not endorse Hillary Clinton at the convention. I'm a delegate and a surrogate, and they're like, how nice, contract negotiations are over, pulling that from HR at CNN. Like, real story. This is what happens. So, we don't go out there and say we've been canceled. Sam, you have a million stories like this. It's just, and then where does the left go? They don't have a, they're not Ben Shapiro. They can't just like Ben Shapiro didn't get a contract at Fox. Okay, great. Then he's going to get the Heritage Foundation to fund the Koch brothers to fund his media empire.
Right.
I mean, that's what happens is they have capital, they have resources, they have infrastructure, they have algorithms, they have gender, they have race, all supporting their mission, while the left says like, oh yeah, maybe like human rights exist. It was like Mark Lamont Hill is a perfect example of this.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Enough.